Good morning, traders. So how are we trading the DAX today? So starting off on the weekly, we have got a weekly close below the neckline of this head and shoulders, and there are basically two ways of looking at the neckline. This is the first one, where you've got the first shoulder, and there's the other shoulder. Okay, some people like to draw a diagonal line. I'm not a fan of that. Okay, so I would normally will work on a break below the lowest point, the lowest shoulder, which is this one here. Okay, so we have a validation of this massive head and shoulders on the weekly. So we had a weekly close below it. We did get some support right here on the weekly 200 EMA. Okay, that was the previous week. Last week we've ended up with this inside bar, and this is kind of a bullish pattern. So if we get a green bar this week, that's going to confirm that we should have another move to the upside. Okay, now I've said this in the beginning of last week as well. My view still hasn't changed, but we have a potential for quite a big falling wedge at the moment. Okay, so two signals in play, a head and shoulders and a falling wedge. Now the big question is, which way are we going? Okay, so for me, quite simple. Let's just get down to the hour and see what we can see here. Now, just want to get my lines in quick. Right, so what we have is a very strong move to the downside, and then we had whole of Friday, which was just a consolidation day. Okay, we've got some warnings here that where we had a bottom in place, and we basically consolidated. So there's nothing really to read into this moment. Stochastics are far apart, and they have crossed over, so more than likely, possibly a move to the downside. And this is pretty much neutral. So if we just shoot up to the 4 hour and have a look what we have here. 4 hour is a different picture. You can see we are on the bottom of the Bollinger here with the momentum index, and the stochastics have we have one crossover, and we have another grouping at the moment. So this is indicating that we have a potential move to the upside. Okay, so if I just delete those, and let's just have a look at what we have here on the 4 hour. So we had buyers step in here, we then gapped up, and then every time we came back down, look at these tails. There are buyers here. So the line in the sand is going to be a 4 hour close above 11,600. Okay, 11,601 to be exact. We get a 4 hour close above that, you do have the potential for a move to the upside. Something else I want to point out is we had this potential double bottom here. Let me do that. So this here, one down, we then broke above that, came to test it, and you can see how the buyer stepped in and then fell off again. Now, what I've noticed this year, specifically on the DAX, is double bottoms on the higher time frames are failing more often than not. Okay, so yeah, just be wary of it. I think I've noticed this pretty much most of the year. When we get a strong move to the downside, often the first double bottom doesn't play out. It's not to say that you should ignore them, but just make sure you got stops in and be cautious. Okay, so let's get back to the 1 hour here. And what we're looking for is pretty much a break above those two areas there, and what I want to do is just bring that level in as well. Okay, so we have this consolidation pattern here. Now, there are two fractional levels. The first one is pretty much where we are now, 11,536 and 11,600. Okay, so those are the two levels we need to watch for, and then the level that I would watch for to the bottom would be 11,497. Okay, now right now I'm not particularly keen to take a short at this level. Okay, so this could be a bigger pattern. So it could be a bigger, how do I put it, either a consolidation pattern or a continuation pattern. So that's pretty much what it's boiling down to. And if you just draw your lines here, there's the first one and there's the second one. Okay, so this strong move down, consolidating to the upside, it is possible to get below here. Okay, and what's going to drive that is pretty much a break below the low. Let's just get that one out. So, okay, come back to a lower time frame and we can now pick up our levels. Right, so that's our consolidation phase. You can see we're on the half hour now. This is our consolidation pattern that we did most of Friday. So pretty much a break below Friday's low or a break above Friday's high is going to dictate the direction we're going in. Okay, so we want a close above it, not just a tail above it. Okay, so for now it is a range, so you'd be looking to short off 11,600. Okay, and you'd be looking to go long off 11,495 or be safe 11,500. So you have a 100 point range here. Okay. Again, it's a Monday today, so don't expect much fireworks in the European session. So you probably find more of the same before we move in a direction on the US Open. But I think for me at the moment, it is still wait and see. I'm not convinced either way, or whether we have a bottom here or whether we have just a consolidation. Okay, so the thing that's bugging me really is we don't have a clear bottom pattern. You see here we had a nice pin bar with an indecision bar on the daily. Here we've got some tails. We've got an inside bar here. We've got another inside bar, although this inside bar I would prefer it to be red. Sorry, I prefer it to be green. It is red. So I'm not convinced either way at the moment that we have a bottom. So I would suspect it's kind of 50-50 for me whether we're going to break down or break up. And the easy way to pay attention to this is obviously this bottom level, 11,500 area, but you'll see it'll break this trend line as well. Okay, so you're getting an hour close or a half hour close below this level here. There's a good possibility we're going to get downside. Then you just wait for the pullback and then you're in. Okay, so yeah, I think pretty much another wait and see day for me today, same as Friday. Not really interested in this pattern here. So you can see it's up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. So until we break one of these fractal levels, I suspect we get more of the same. Okay, so yeah, so for me on the DAX, I think just wait and see. Possibly just take Monday off as well. Anyway, guys, that's my take on the DAX for today. I hope it helps, and we will catch up with you later. Cheers for now.